Give me your name and where you're from.
Yeah, James Devey, and I'm actually originally from Bothell, Washington, so it's like the greater Seattle area.
Okay, and you go by James or Jim.
I go by Jim.
Where'd you go to school?
Basically, went to school in the University of Washington in Seattle. I went into civil engineering because I love the outdoors. Big time skier, into windsurfing, actually surfed quite a bit. And so it was kind of logical to go kind of that route for civil engineering. So I graduated, I actually worked for Boeing for a few years up in Seattle. And I think everybody in Seattle either works for Boeing or Microsoft, one of the two. And my wife got accepted to school in San Francisco at the Conservatory of Music for a master's program. So at that time, there was a position opening. I was actually with the state of California on the Carquinez Bridge. So that's when we made the transition, moved to California. And then over the years, actually I left Caltrans and got into the private sector, and I worked for general contractors. Worked all over Northern California. And it was just a couple of years ago, we were starting a family, wanted to be closer to home. So I found this position for the Bay Bridge, and lo and behold, I'm here in China. So
Not closer to home, are you?
no.
And how does your wife take to that when you told her, what do you think about moving to China?
She was open to it because it was back in the late 90s. She was actually here in Shanghai, in Pudong. So she actually knew what she was kind of getting in for. And I took a 1-week trip out here earlier this year to kind of get the lay of the land, see how things were, and then I went back and said I couldn't believe how modernized it was here. And we made the move. She was all for it.
So you said she had been here before, or she?
Yeah, she was here with, it was Oregon State. She went to Oregon State University, and their choir did a tour here in China. They went to like Beijing, Shanghai, they went to Suzhou, so they toured around. And actually, she sang on like Chinese national television.
And when was that?
This is back, it was like 97.
Tell us about your living accommodations, and when did they say we want you to go to Shanghai?
It was the end of 2009. They were kind of discussing. I was part of a team as far as the East End shop drawing reviews, and there was like Mets, construction, design. It's like a whole group of us that were working on the complexity of the structure on the East End where the cable ties into the structure. So there was discussion on getting a key core group of team players to move to China to make the decisions there and not have the delay time going back and forth to Pier 7 in Oakland. So they decided to move a whole group of us over here.
And how did you receive that news?
At first I was like, are you crazy? We got a kid. There's no way I'm going to live on the island here. And after visiting for a week, I knew right away we could do it, and it was an excellent opportunity, and I still don't regret it. It was great.
And how old's your child?
He's 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
So, and you mentioned earlier to me today that he's speaking Chinese.
Yeah, he'll communicate. We have an IE. IE is like an aunt or like a live-in nanny that you hire in to do house cleaning, help with your kid, and he's picking up fast. I mean, it's amazing. This week I was actually sick, so I was watching TV on the couch, and I had the blanket, wool hat on, shivering, and we're watching like the Incredible Hulk, and it was from the '70s, and I'm sitting there laughing at it, and he goes, "Ay yo," like that. I had no clue what he was saying. So I actually came into work a couple of days later and talked to the ladies here, and they said, "Oh, it means, oh my goodness, that's what it means," But it's unbelievable what he's picking up fast, and he's kind of got a big head, and he's got kind of light colored blonde hair, so which is unusual for over here. So he gets a lot of people staring at him, and they'll grab his cheeks and his face, but he'll actually yell back at him and throw his arms at him. He'll go booyah like that, and he'll flail his arms at him,
which means stay away.
Yeah, just not interested. And it's funny, they all laugh, they think it's hilarious, and we're ashamed. I mean, we're embarrassed of them. We're like, we're not teaching our kid this, trust us, But for the most part, they're very gracious. The people, they love kids, They really do, and we wish our kid just wasn't so rude. I'd say probably the biggest thing he misses would be the grandparents. That's the biggest thing, and that's the hardest thing is being away from family and close friends.
And how do you communicate with the family?
Skype. Well, we can't Skype now.
Why is
officially.
that? Tell us why.
It's because it infringes on the China Mobile and their business for making money on people making phone calls out of the country here.
So it's officially banned.
It's officially banned in China. We'll post, pictures on Facebook, so they can kind of get the update.
Does he talk to them in Chinese yet?
Yeah, he does.
What does he say to them?
It's simple stuff, like ni hao or zai jian or.
Can he say "I love you" in Chinese?
That's a good one. I'll ask my wife on that one.
And I didn't get your son's name.
Jameson.
Who are we listening to?
Yeah, this is my wife, Lori. Yeah, that's Lori right there. She was singing at the Peace Hotel. That's the Peace Hotel right there. There's some friends of ours from the community center. That's ultrasound. We got a little one on the way.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Officially, you work for?
It's the Office of Structural Materials, so materials engineering and testing.
But is that under the?
It's under Caltrans.
Under Caltrans.
And so we're a consulting company. Caltrops were hired in, and we have a staff of engineers and inspectors. And the best way to describe it is the engineers, we act as a single point of contact to interface with design and with construction staff here. And then our inspection staff out there are kind of our eyes and ears in the field. And so they're reporting back to us and giving us the update on make sure quality controls being established out there or implemented correctly.
And what are you going to do when the project wraps up?
So I don't know if I'm going to go back to construction, go back to the general contractor side, or what I'm going to do. So.
But you'll go back to.
Or stay in China.
You would stay in China.
China's booming right now. It's crazy. It's insane what's going on here.
Do you like China?
I like it. Actually, I do.
And if you go back, where will you live?
The Bay Area.
In which city?
Pleasant Hill.
Pleasant Hill.
Yeah.